So welcome back to another YouTube video. Now, in the previous video, I've mentioned how the E30 had an issue and it's down. It's actually pretty bad. So it's been a long wait for this video. Let's cut straight to the chase. It's cold here, so let's go when it is still sunny.
Here we can see some fluid. So can't see anything like oil explosion or anything, but can see water dropping out from the intake manifold.
Shortly after the inspection around the block, the insurance sent a tow truck to take my car back home. Now, my initial thoughts were that there was maybe a hole on the side of the block, but after just seeing water, I thought it might be something to do with the throttle heater. So, enough of this of the car being on the tow truck. Let's cut over to once I arrive back at home. Yep, that is way too much water. So after removing the throttle body and draining all the coolant off, you can actually see from some of the footage that the oil, or let's say the water in the intake manifold, seems to have mixed with some oil. Now, I had some thoughts before this whole breakdown that the throttle body heater might have been getting a bit too hot, because even in properly cold weather it would actually burn you if you touch it. So my cooling system gauges everything read fine, but the throttle body was pointing to my initial suspicion. Now you'll see in the next footage a bit further of an investigation, but I did some more stripping down on the engine. Let's see what happens next. See.
Okay, we got a problem.
Yeah, one of my valves here is filled right up with a mix of oil and water. And then,
But now I'm gonna have to now check closer to see if any of my valves will have material or whatever.
you can see the whole mess of wires.
Also, there's a whole bunch of metal and stuff in here. Let's see if I can zoom in.
But I think that's valve material or cylinder head.
Cylinder 1 full of water. Cylinder 2, let's see if I can get this angle better. Let's flip him around. Cylinder 2 is over there. Cylinder 3, you can see the valves. Cylinder 4, you can see. Cylinder 5, let's see. Not gonna let me focus. You can see bent valve there.
You can see now catastrophic damage. The only thing that's getting my concern is where was that other spot, because that looked like aluminium pieces that's sitting in the throttle body. So while the teardown is busy happening, something I just thought I'd mention here is that funny enough, when I look back at this footage, I see that I was planning on doing a full engine rebuild probably a month after when this was taken. So at the time, the car's piston rings were smoking pretty bad. They had a couple of annoying oil leaks I wanted to sort. So the plans initially was to remove the entire engine, rebuild, and obviously reinforce it. But sometimes bad things actually happen for a reason. So while I'm busy stripping down here, I'm busy seeing the layout of the engine because YouTube does show quite a bit. But obviously, even as someone that has the engine in the car, there's a lot of things that YouTube doesn't cover. But yeah, definitely quite a bit of, it's a reaching over. And yeah, let's see what actually happens from after we do the teardown. Okay, I saw some piston material which is to be expected, but I didn't see a whole lot the side of my block. So it's over there, which, oh, that's actually the top of the corner road. Wait, what the how the actual did that come right? I mean, look there, there's pieces of aluminium there. First cylinder is actually rusted. It was putting in something, but do you get that right? And I thought it was hydrolock. Okay, so I just flipped the cylinder on its side, and you can see droplets of water all over. Here's some aluminium here on the bottom, some over there, because I first thought, okay, maybe they hit the water jacket. And you can see paint files, and that pinging sound was probably the connecting rod busy, like launching itself up and down in the other cylinders as well. But still, how the actual hell do you get that right? I mean, let's actually see quickly. Here's a piece of gudgeon paint, so that actually bent and then launched himself to Jesus. This is a part of the piston. What? I just pulled out the piece of my cylinder. Look at that. I don't think I can turn that over, but yeah, there that is. Let's see if I can zoom in. Conrod is pointing down. Hopefully the sump, well, the sump shouldn't be damaged, but there's the other part of the piston. There's a piece of the piston, which is clearly enough because this is where the gudgeon pin goes in. Piece of the cylinder wall, and piece of the small end, which you can see over there. There's the oil journey, and yeah. So after we've seen all of that, there is some things that obviously now I have to sit and consider and ask, okay, so what happens now? Well, just over here, I have a bit of something that I'm busy building up. And we will actually be doing a bit of a, it's the first time I'm building up one of these engines, so, I mean, mine technically is the same, but the hardware I'm using is different, so we'll see how that goes. And For the car right now, it is currently stripped down. We're doing panel beating, or when I say we, I mean me. But given how the weather's going, I'm probably going to have to send it away to an actual spray painter to get it done, because otherwise this car's only going to be driving in September, October, and I can't have that. It's going to be a good build coming up, so I'm going to definitely be doing other stuff like balancing and having to time a engine that has this capabilities, and then also it's going to be tuning that's coming in. So I'm not going to be running Dictator 60-2 anymore. It's actually going to be Siemens ECU, but that's all I'm going to let you know. So that concludes it. Thank you for watching, and as difficult of a video as this was to get out, I'm happy it's done so we can move on to better things, and especially the people that's been wanting updates on the engine behind the scenes, you actually get to see now firsthand what's going on. So thank you for watching, and remember, if there's anything you have to build it to a spec. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.